Leaders, business owners, and future leaders, listen to me. When you look at an individual to put them into a leadership role, there are several factors that you need to consider. Just because you like them isn't one to be considered. Them being a yes person and agreeing with everything that you say should absolutely never be one of those factors. When you put someone in a leadership position over a set of individuals, you need to look at this individual's performance. If if the team that they're leading is responsible for something like sales and numbers, you should be looking at their numbers to make sure that they're performing at an adequate level. Okay, more times than not, they should be producing at a higher level, but we all know a lot of companies don't put high producers in those roles because those are the cash cows and they like to keep them in the field. And that's a whole nother topic that I think I've addressed before. And I've probably got some other things to say. But anyway, moving on. You want to look at their performance. You need to look at the roles and responsibilities of the team that they're leading, that they have too been responsible for up to this point. Do they complete those tasks on time in a timely manner? Do they complete them correctly? Or do they have laundry list of things and tasks that should have been turned in a long time ago and cleaned up, and they just have failed to do so, either because they don't know to or because they just don't want to? The other thing is, if you have an individual that has not been respected by their coworkers for whatever reason, because remember, respect is earned, not given. And once you've lost it with me, you've completely lost it. Like, there is no coming back from that, because you show me what kind of person you are. So anyway, just because you put that individual who doesn't have respect from their coworkers into a leadership position and you give them a title does not mean that that level of respect then returns, that any respect returns. Respect doesn't come with a title. Respect is earned by the individual over a period of time. So when you look at putting people in leadership roles, you should always look at those things. And you have to understand that if a team doesn't respect that particular coworker, there's probably a good reason behind it, especially if it's in numbers. Because if you're dealing with someone who is, let's just say, they possess manipulative characteristics, maybe they just aren't honest overall, they don't perform well, they have no intention of performing well, they're a yes person, and that's really kind of how they've gotten to where they are, that's probably not the type of person you want in a leadership role. And I always go back, I'm a Texan, okay? So I've used Jerry Jones as an example in the past. Jerry Jones is an owner. He owns a business. He also attempts to coach the team that he has no business coaching, which is then the reason for their downfall. I'm going to leave that there. He has no business trying to be a coach. He needs to be an owner. He needs to step off to the side and let the coaches that have been hired that actually have a history of leading people and coaching people do their job. Anyway, that's all I got. Y'all have a good day.